Hello YouTube, my name is Courtney and I'm in Foundations for Teaching and Learning Mathematics. Today I'm going to solve a problem for you using George Polya's How to Solve It strategies. Basically what George says is that when you're approaching a mathematical situation, you should first make sure that you understand the problem, devise a plan in order to solve the problem, then carry out that plan, and then after you carry the plan out, make sure that you reflect on how successful or unsuccessful the plan was, and maybe what else could you have done to solve your problem easier. So the problem that I am using comes out of chapter 12 in our math books. It's on page 262, and the problem is basically saying there were 2 scout troops who went on a field trip. There were 46 Girl Scouts and 38 Boy Scouts. And so how many scouts went on the trip? So just from that final sentence, I can tell and understand that the problem is asking for the total number of students who went on the field trip. And now my next step is to devise a plan. And there are a lot of different problem-solving strategies that I can use. Could work backwards, look for patterns, use manipulatives, guess and check, make a list. But for this specific and particular problem, I'd actually like to try to come up with a simpler problem. And so what I can do is, with the numbers 46 and 38, I can actually break them down into simpler numbers. So for this problem, you definitely have to understand place value. It's a 2-digit problem, so here's the ones place, and then there's the tens place. Now, I would like to break the problem up and solve it based on the place value. So first, I'm going to do 40 for the Girl Scouts, since there are actually 46 Girl Scouts. And then I'm going to do 30 for the Boy Scouts. So 40 plus 30 equals 70. So I got that after making sure that I add the numbers in the tens place. And then in the ones place, there is a 6 and an 8. And 6 plus 8 equals 14. Now, I've already broken the problem up by tens and ones, but I still don't necessarily have the total to the problem. But if I add up the tens and the ones and get 84, that is the answer. So now that I've carried out the plan, I can look back and see how successful this mathematical situation was. And based on my experience, I think that this is true. There's a way that I can check my answer using subtraction to see if the numbers match. And what I can do is I can take the 84, the total, and subtract that from 46 or 38. Now subtract it from 46. And if I get 38, then that I know is my answer. So in the ones place, I don't have enough ones to subtract 6 from 4. So I'm going to come over into the tens place and borrow 10, which will leave 7 tens. And then I'm adding that 10 that I borrowed to the 14. Then I have 8. And then 7 minus 4 equals 38. So that's proof that I solved the problem correctly. So looking back, I think that my method of breaking it down into a simpler problem was successful, because once I checked my answer, all of the numbers still match. I also could have estimated to get to a close answer in order to check and see how close my solution was. Or I could have even just guessed a number and did the math. So this was a pretty simple problem. And that's it. Thanks.